Hey everyone! Well, probably no one's here right now. I'm early trying to set up and I wanted to just test this because I've got it hooked up so I can actually have my phone plugged in so I don't run out of juice this time. I mean, I made it through the whole thing last time, but it was... Let's see if I can get this a little closer. I don't know if anyone's here. If you are super on the ball. Way more than me. Let's see. I don't want it to be super crooked. Oh, there are. There's at least one person here. I have to set up my computer so I can watch the stream, the chat. So if you are saying anything to me, I apologize. I cannot see it yet. I just need to mute. There we go. Hi, Valerie. Okay, I was just setting that up. Okay. Oh, hey, Colleen. Oh, you're still at work. That stinks. I mean, yeah, you have a job, but, I should be on for an hour, So, I don't know, maybe you can pop back in. All right. Oh, for heaven's sakes. My computer's yelling at me. I apologize. I need to pop up Facebook because I asked my family people to not text or phone call me, and if there's an emergency, to use Facebook. So, oh, it's only, that's right, you're an hour earlier than me. What time do you work till? Do you work till 5, or? If you see the shadow, that's Xanthi. She's sitting there. While I'm thinking about animals, I'm going to go grab my dog's bed because if I don't, she'll start wandering around. If I leave her a place to lay down, she will normally do that. Okay. All right. Usually sometimes earlier, sometimes later. Oh. See, I'm an early person, so I go in at 7 and I'm out by 3:45. So, and I understand that people work till 5 and work till 6. It's just not in my wheelhouse, so it's not something I necessarily think about. Make sure this is working. I don't think it is. Oh, the delay is just really bad this time. Okay. You know what? I think it's better if I don't have it hooked up to me. Which makes no sense to you guys. But if I sign out, for some reason it goes faster. Because last time it was just a few seconds. Okay, so it is 6 o'clock on the dot. So hopefully I can get started right away. Okay, so let's see if this is better. Not bad. Okay. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get started before I actually start working on a layout. So I had thoughts of plans. So my thinking is I'm going to start out with a little mixed media and then actually do a layout. And then if I have time, depending on how long that layout takes, I'll come back and work on the page I'm doing the mixed media for. So these are the papers from my Wild Hair Kit Club kit. It's a lot of Pink Fresh Studio and Amy Tangerine, what's it called? Shine On. I got this last fall, and see if you can hear, that's my dog. Hey baby, right in here. There you go. Right there. Good girl. Good girl. She just wants to know who I'm talking to. So I got this last fall, and as I do when I get brand new stuff, then it's like, oh no, I can't possibly use the brand new stuff. I must use my stash first, and then this then becomes my stash. It's kind of ridiculous. So what I did was I was introduced to a new cut file place via YouTube. Actually, a bunch of people were doing a kind of a, hey, look at this place YouTube hop, and I fell in love with several of her things. It's called Copa Cut Files, Confessions of a Paper Addict. And if you notice, all of this paper is a little curled up, and that's because I accidentally had it up against something. And so it's a little wonky. It'll flatten back out as I glue it and stuff, but yeah. So this is the cut file. Let me get rid of all these papers so I can show you the cut file. I've purchased like 5 cut files. I will be totally honest. I have zero willpower, but I made myself promise if I was going to start doing this, then I would definitely cut out a whole bunch, and I did. I cut out like, oh gosh, like at least 12 different cut files, but several 12 different pages, but several of them had more than 1 or 2 on there. So here, let me pull out the extra paper. Ah! Oh my gosh. Sometimes. Okay, so here's the cut file. How pretty is that? And what's really funny is I didn't actually love this paper with the gemstones on it. I liked the other side. It has like medallion-y stuff. So this is great, especially to back like matte photos and stuff. But, you know, I wasn't necessarily in love with the gemstones. But when you make it a cut file, it's just beautiful. Colleen, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, I love that line, the Shine On collection. I thought it was really pretty. Okay, so my idea is to do kind of a light, I was originally going to use my Distress Oxides, but I realized all I really wanted was a light wash behind where the floral pieces are, and not necessarily like heavy mixed media. So I'm just going to use the marshmallow cardstock. I'm not even going to gesso, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this other piece as kind of a guide to where my mixed media should go up to. I'm going to try not to touch it. Like, I don't want to touch the lines because I don't mind if it's not absolutely perfect, because especially me, my watercoloring is never perfect, like ever. So I'm just going to add a little bit of washi to kind of hold it down so I don't move it every time I accidentally hit it, which will happen probably 5 or 6 times. Yeah, Colleen, you are right. I was like, you know what? I'm like, I bet this would be pretty in really thin lines. I don't necessarily love it not thin lines. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a sip of water. Unfortunately, I'm not as prepared as I had hoped to be, because I came home from a crop last weekend. So not, where are we at? We're at the 9th. So the last weekend in March, I was at a crop in New Jersey with a bunch of friends, and I came home with a cold. So came home going into my nephew's tech week for the musical Hairspray with a giant cold. And then this past weekend, so a couple of days ago, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, he had shows. So it was a lot of ferrying and then going to see the show, and then going to stuff after the show and blah, blah, blah. And then Sunday, so not yesterday, but the day before, we had a birthday party for him. And before everyone starts wishing him a happy birthday, please know his birthday is December 26th. But nobody wants to go to a birthday party the day after Christmas. And then we live in Connecticut and we don't do anything in January or February. Like, we barely leave the house. So we have, and this is funny because we have almost always celebrated his birthday. Like, we have like a birthday dinner type thing, but when you're talking like extended family and friends party, we almost always have it in March or April. And with him being in the school play, there was just no way we were going to be able to have it before now. So that was my weekend, and sorry, I'm going to get started on this. So I'm going to start with refreshment, I think. So these are Shimmers Paints Creamies. Just peachy. Yeah, that's going to work. And then maybe something in a pink. I've got Cheeky Pink, which is very light. And then I've got One Hot Mama, which is much darker. I don't think I have anything in the red. So, let's see. Well, I've got 11 people watching. That's super cool. Hi, everyone. I'm just babbling while I'm doing this. For those of you who just joined, my plan is just to start doing a little bit of mixed media while people are popping on, and I'll do a little bit of chattering as I want to do, and then I will do an actual layout for y'all. And then if there's time, depending on how fast that layout goes, I will then go back and maybe finish this layout up. I don't know. We'll see. So the Creamies watercolors are less shimmery than the Inklings watercolors, and I really wanted like an actual watercolor, so that's why I went for these. And these are just my Prima. Oh, you know what, rather than do that and waste all that water, let me grab my water bottle. Come on, there we go. So all you have to do for these, and the Inklings are the same, except, as I said, they have more shimmer in them. These have a little bit of shimmer, but not a lot. So the Inklings are the Inklings and the Creamies, all you have to do is spray a little water into them and give them like a minute or so to set. Can someone just do me a favor and say something, because I don't have anything, and I don't know if you guys are just not talking or if my chat has frozen. So if someone would just say something, that would be super awesome. I'm going to start with just peachy. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. Y'all don't have to talk. I'm not a talker either. But I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like that I had messed something up or the video had gotten messed up. So I'm basically just going to do a wash. I don't do any fancy watercoloring because I'm horrible at it. So I just stuck that in the wrong thing. And I'm not using a lot of water because, like I said, I didn't gesso. I just... Yeah, so I knew this was going to happen. The Just Cheeky, it really doesn't show up anywhere. So we're just going to do Hot Mama, and we'll add water to it. Yeah, I got that one, and I was kind of like, oh, this really doesn't show up very well. Okay. I really need to go back and get like a red color. So, I mean, because the One Hot Mom was more like a fuchsia. Not that there's anything wrong with the fuchsia. It's just not what I'm looking for. I don't use red a lot because then it starts looking like blood and freaks me out. Hi, Suze. Aw, thank you. All right, now, oh, this one I didn't add enough water. There we go. This is very light as well, and I just added way too much water to it. Let's try to get the edge. These are new. These are Prima water brushes. I actually got them for Christmas. And if all of y'all are like, oh my gosh, she gets really nice Christmas crafty presents, make a Pinterest board called, buy me this for Christmas, people. That's what I do. Because otherwise, no, I do not get good crafty Christmas presents. Unless oh yeah, see, this is too light too. All right, I've got another green called Luck of the Irish, which I think is lighter than my Jolly Green Giant. Let me look at that. Yeah, that's darker. I don't use these a lot, which is really why I wanted to use them today. And like I said, I also wanted one that didn't necessarily take as long to dry as the Distress Oxides. The Distress Oxides, I would have had to add too much water, so then I would have had to gesso, and I just, didn't have time for that. If you can hear it, it is raining out. It was so funny because, it's spring break, so my nephew is actually in Long Island with his grandmother, and my housemate is working because she works late on Tuesdays. And then, so I was like, oh, I'll have the house to myself. Cool, I will do another live video. And then when I get home, apparently, so I live in a duplex. Apparently the people on the other side are having trouble with their heat or whatnot. So the dude, the HVAC guy is here, and he's banging away in the basement, and you can totally hear it over on this side. So I was like, well, crap, I didn't, I didn't think about that as an issue, but luckily he left about 5 minutes before. Oh, that's the wrong one. Now I have to manage to get the caps on the right thing. So obviously right now this looks, stupid. Looks like the Easter Bunny had an explosion in his factory. But when I add the cut file back on top, it should look much better. All right. So my mixed media-y part of this is done. We'll see. If I don't get back to this, I will video it and put it up. So you will, one way or the other, see it, no problem. Let me just get this off, otherwise the washi tape will end up sticking. Oh, so when I went to the crop last weekend, I ended up videotaping it. I wasn't planning on it, but I ended up doing it, and I put some washi tape down on the screen to, make sure I was keeping in my video, and I apparently picked the one washi tape that sticks to non-porous surfaces because it would not come up the melamine table. And I was like, what on earth? Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Luckily, one of my friends, Nancy, had some undo, and I was able to put down the undo and then scrape it off. So I'm going to be working with Simple Stories Forever Fall. This is one that I bought a couple pieces of it, and then when I got it, I was like, oh, I really, really, really like this. And then when I was at another crop, I ended up, they had the collection pack, so I went ahead and purchased the collection pack because I'm spineless like that. So, hold on, let me pull this out. I'm not going to use this for this layout, but I wanted to share with you. This is, I was talking about at the beginning that I bought a bunch of cut files from a new place called COPA, C-O-A-P-A, Cut Files. Stands for Confessions of a Paper Addict. Just so you know, I am in no way being paid by her. This is not, I bought these. This one is not from her. This one, or it might, I don't remember. It could be a Paige Evans. Get your butt down. No, 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 no. Thank you. But my whole point was if I'm going to buy cut files, I was like, I need to use my machine. So, and I have to tell you, I've never had such luck with everything turning out. So this is one I just cut from this. I thought it would be nice with this very tiny floral, and it is. Okay, so where did I put my photos? Now there's a question. I had photos chosen. Oh, sugar, did I put it under my laptop? I totally put it under my laptop, so hang on a second, guys. Now I've got to get them out. Aha! Alrighty, so let me get rid of this because I don't want to accidentally rip it. Okay, so what I have here is photos for a double page layout. I believe there are 8 photos. I have a couple that are duplicates because I got it in a 5x7 and a 4x6, and then I think there's one where there's a 4x6 and a 3x4. I don't remember now what I did. But I do want to do a 2-page layout with this. You're going to see some washi tape over a couple of the photos, and that's simply because my nephew is wearing a shirt with his nickname on it, and while I think y'all are awesome, there are sometimes crazy people who watch YouTube, and I don't necessarily need for them to know my nephew's full name. He does not have a common name like as I do. Like, I don't care. You Google Rachel Reynolds and it's 3 pages of swimsuit model stuff, and you know, so good luck. One of the models on Get Down, you obnoxious little creature. One of the models on Price is Right, her name is Rachel Reynolds. So there is, I am never concerned that if you hear anything or if this goes flying up, it's because Xanthi's being obnoxious. So I will just obviously end it and restart a YouTube. So that's why it's bouncing right now, because she decided she was mad and she wanted to get down. So I like this one. This one is called Autumn Love, and I think that will work well. And now I just need to find something to go on the other page, unless I want to do just some white cardstock and as my background, but I really don't. I really like this as a background. Of course, it's one I don't have 2 of. You have that. I don't know how well that goes because it's both 2 small patterns. Oh, I like that. And I've got another one of these, so I could bring some of this paper over here and have it be together. And I just want to make sure you can see at least the majority of this. Here. As I said earlier, I don't know who was here and who wasn't here. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Okay, Colleen. Bye. Have a safe trip home. So, make sure you can see. Okay, so you can't see all of it. I didn't consider that when I was like, oh, I'll do a double page, that you wouldn't be able to see all of it. Let's see, maybe I can slide this over. Sorry, it's going to be shaky because I'm moving stuff around. So in the hopes that y'all be able to see more of this. And I'm quiet because I'm trying to concentrate on moving things, which is like awful when you're trying to do a YouTube live, because who wants it to be quiet? Does anyone have any questions for me about anything I do during my my videos normally that I like skip over because it's just such the norm for me, but everyone else is like, what are you doing? Part of the problem is there is a delay. So I'm trying to get, okay, I think that's good. I think you're going to see the majority of things because I don't usually hang stuff off the ends. And yeah, I almost swore, which is weird because I'm not a big swearer in the first place. So as I said, this one is called Autumn Love. And then my other paper is called Get Cozy. Ooh, that's not going to work. I'm going to slice that paper in half. Trying to think of things to talk about, and I've been thinking about things all day. Oh, you know what? I was on Facebook, and someone, you know, they have those life hacks and stuff like that, and someone put together a whole bunch of one that were like 90s themed. So it was like, you know, if you rent Blockbuster on this day, like on a Sunday, you get an extra day before the, oh sugar, this isn't trimmed off all the way, before the late fees kicked in, or how if you need to make a collect phone call, but you don't have, if you need to make a phone call but you don't have 25 cents, call collect, and when they ask for your name, you know, really quickly say, Mom, practice is over, come pick me up, which, by the way, I totally did all the time back in the early 90s because, you know, I was cheap, and I would always forget to grab a quarter for when rehearsal was over. So is anyone else scrapbooking tonight on a Tuesday? My days are all messed up because I took yesterday off. But I haven't scrapbooked since last weekend, so I wanted to do it. Plus, it was the perfect time to do a YouTube live since no one is home. Oh, I did want to say, for those of you who are aware, my housemate and I, who, when I refer to my nephew, he is her son. I just help Kate and I, Allie style, if that makes sense to people. If you're older, if you're like 35 or older, you might know what I'm talking about. If not, Kate and Allie was a TV show where two single mothers shared a house together. So we're Kate and Allie, except I don't have kids. So we had taken in a longtime acquaintance, friend, not super good friend, but a friend of my nephew's due to some issues in home life. And this past weekend, they actually returned to their house. They got, you know, get down, dumb and dumb. There was a lot of therapy and a lot of parental, you know, trying, in the sense of trying to make things better. And with a lot of that going on, they returned home. So hopefully all of that will work out. And so we are back down to one teenager. So there you go. So my thinking is having this striped piece be in the corner, but I love this triangle paper. So I trimmed off the other corner in the hopes of doing this and having that be up there. And then what I'll try to do is bring the triangle in on this side as well. This is, oh, it's the same Get Cozy paper with the stripes on it. This triangle paper was my favorite paper. I liked it a lot. So as I said, over the weekend, the other teenager went back to their house as we were preparing. We had a very busy weekend. As I said, my nephew was in Hairspray. He played Corny Collins. And for those of you who are familiar, he's the TV, he's Dick Clark, basically. in this in that musical. Um, so Suze, you are scrapping a bit. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of poking around at stuff this past week, just not actually scrapbooking. So we had a lot to do leading up to that, leading up to the hairspray. And then having the teenager move out and everything that was going on, it was a very hectic and crazy weekend. And then now my nephew is on spring break. As I said, he is in Long Island visiting his grandmother. And oh, I like this. I think it's going to be nice being it pretty simple. Being it pretty simple. Yeah, those are words. So because in this photo, my nephew is sitting in the corner here looking out, I desperately want to put this photo here. And I'm going to use the word definitely a lot because I do. But I want to have that in that lower corner, and I'm thinking I'm going to use the 5x7. My only worry with that is that there be enough room for all the photos. And I don't actually have to use all of the photos. You know, they're all really pretty, obviously. And I don't necessarily love this photo. But I don't necessarily... See, I have this thing. Everyone has things. For me, it's hard for me, like if there's ground than sky in a photo, it's very hard for me to then put more ground, even though this isn't technically ground. I might leave it there and see if it grows on me. And I like this photo so much, I don't want to cover it up with it. Oh, look, there is enough room to be next to it. Okay. And then, actually, if I put this over here, do I mind it as much? And then I can put my title and my journaling right here, and then just have this side for photos. Let's see if I can fit. Now, I'm wondering if I could cut these two to 4x4. And if I do that, can I fit this one? Or I could trim this one down to 3x4. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Because what I really liked about this photo was the juxtaposition of the trees against the sky. That's a bird. I thought it was a scratch. Like, oh wait, that's a bird. Oh, Rachel. Sometimes I amaze myself with my fun. Okay. Oh, see, and then that fits there. And we'll actually, well, this has to go in the corner. We'll do that. That's going to bug me. What if I do that? No, that's going to bug me too. We'll figure it out, but I think I can fit everything. Oh, yeah, see, okay, that's not so bad. Yes, I like that. Are we good with that, people? I completely get what you said about that. Oh, thank you, Suze. Thank you. I'm not the only one. You know, sometimes I'm like, are people gonna think I'm nuts because of this? And then I realize, no, everyone's nuts that way. Not just me. Yay. Yay for being grouped nuts. Alright, I think I'm to the point where I can start gluing some stuff down. As is with my double page layouts, they do tend to be on the simple side. There's just usually, if I'm doing a double page, it's because I have a ton of photos and I don't necessarily want to detract from my photos. Plus, since there's a lot of with a lot of photos, there's already a lot going on. I was considering inking my edges for a second, but I'm like, no. I think I'm good. It was funny. When I was at the crop, I ran out of ATG. And for some reason, you know, like whenever I run out of ATG, I'm like, oh, why is it always when I'm scrapbooking that I run out of ATG? And then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what, dumb. See, I don't know. Apparently, I'm very tired because I'm not usually a swearer, but the words, they are coming out of my mouth. Um, but like, duh. Of course, you run out of ATG while you're scrapbooking. Why on earth would you run out of ATG when you're not scrapbooking? But I literally said to myself, oh, why do I always run out of ATG when I'm scrapbooking? Probably like 6 or 7 times, and it just dawned on me, oh, yeah, you're an idiot. Oh, are you spray painting them, Danielle? Sorry, I'm reading the chat, and Danielle is talking about spray painting eggs. I'm sorry, painting eggs. And I'm wondering if she is spray painting them or like painting them, because, well, I wouldn't want to do either, but I would really not want to like try to paint them with a paintbrush. Household stuff. That's not fun. Oh, I didn't cut this. I didn't do this even. You know what? I don't actually care. You know, it's funny that some things like will bug the ever-loving crud out of me, and some things I'm like, yeah, you know what? We're good. We're good. Okay. So I should probably explain what these photos are of. My nephew goes to a small magnet school. So there are only 73 kids in his graduating class. He is a senior this year. This is his senior shirt, so they did seniors, so the 1 and then the 9 are the I and the O, which I thought was pretty clever. It's better than his shirt last year. His shirt last year was weird. I hope he told, like, we both, he said it, I said it, I'm like, that's weird. He's like, yeah, I know, I agree. But, so they're really into like doing things with the seniors. So they have senior, every fall they do a senior hike up Talcott Mountain. Oh, you know what? I was going to say Talcott Mountain Road. Talcott Mountain Road is the road that leads up to Talcott Mountain. So it's just called Talcott Mountain. And they do a hike. It's not like a super duper mountain. We live in Connecticut. There really aren't any super duper mountains. I think what I'm actually going to do is pull this over here, and then I can do some embellishing over here. Unfortunately, I had these really awesome cork pieces. Not unfortunately, I mean, I used them for something else. But I had hoped I'd have more leaves. They were cork leaves and pumpkins with gold outlines, and they were supremely cute. And they were from Freckled Fawn. And unfortunately, I only have 1 leaf yet. Just the cheap acrylic paint from Walmart. Oh, you were painting with a paintbrush. You are so much braver than I am, Danielle. I made a wreath for Christmas because I couldn't find one I liked. And I'm pretty sure I spent about 3 times as much making it as it would have cost to just buy one of the ones I wasn't super duper in love with. But I really do love the way it turned out. It's super kitschy and 60s, like that style, which is funny because it's not really my normal look for things. I'm like trying to figure out if I've taped anything down here, and I haven't. So let's see. I think I want to try to get this over more because I want to try to get this over more, and then there. Yes, I think I like that. This turned out cute. Okay. Alright, did I start a story and not finish it? I don't know. Maybe. Senior hike. Probably senior hike, yes. So they go up Talcott Mountain as a group, and then when they get to, there's a plateau with like an overlook. And then they did some like team building exercises because this was back at the beginning of senior year. And then they do other senior things like last week, this week is spring break. So last week they had like all sorts of different days. Like they had dressed like a celebrity day. And my nephew went as one of the guys from One Direction because people tell him he looks like him all the time. And then they had squad day where you're supposed to dress up as some sort of group. So he and a couple of his friends dressed up like members from the band Queen. And then Spirit Day, and they do like all the games and stuff like that, and they wear their class shirts. So I've actually been doing Spirit Day, like the last day. So freshman year they wore green, sophomore year they wore orange, and then junior year they actually get a t-shirt, and then senior year they get a t-shirt as well. So okay. Sorry, I'm reading Danielle's chat. So if I get quiet, it's because I'm seeing if anyone said anything and I'm just totally ignoring them. Okay. Oh, I like the way this is looking. You know, sometimes, especially when I'm doing this live or if I'm doing a real time, I don't necessarily know what's going on within my own layout. All right, trying to find... Oh, you know what? I forgot about the cut aparts. Let me take a gander at those. See if anything catches my eye, and I'll also pull out the stickers. And I've got my wood veneer too. Because wood veneer is fallish. Sorry if it gets a little shaky. Whoopsie, there goes one of my flare. Sorry if it gets a little shaky. I needed to move something, and my the cord I have my phone plugged into, so hopefully I don't lose. Sorry, I had to take my sweater off. Pardon me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I got really quiet there. I was thinking, oh, I got kicked off. Okay, I got kicked off of YouTube. Give me a second. I personally got kicked off of YouTube, not my video. So I apologize. Okay. All right, so I think I should probably work on a title before I start embellishing. I'm just looking to see if there's anything title-ish or... Oh, I kind of like that. I could do senior fall hike. I like that as an idea, and I'll just use, obviously, smaller letters. I'm wondering what I've got in a small puffy sticker. Because I'd like to add a little bit more dimension. But I like that, and I like bringing that blue over here. And I might even matte that with the triangle paper. Yep, I like that. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That was like the worst thing I've ever sung in my entire life. And just for those of you who adore Xanthi, and when she shows up in the video, she's right there, totally supervising everything. Because that's what she's best at, supervising. I'm not a fan of the houndstooth. I don't hate the houndstooth. Hi, Tina. Tina is my friend, as is Colleen. For those of you who wonder, like, when I talk to them in that super stupid high voice, it's because I know them. And it's like when you pass a horse on the side of the road and you act like a 4-year-old. I do the same when my friends show up to these. It's like, oh my gosh, my friend is here. We're supposed to, well, CKC Manchester up in New Hampshire is doing their sit and crop again, and so I know a bunch of the New Englandy ladies whom I know are planning on doing that. I want to do it very, very badly, but it is superly crazy time for me. So, so while I'm chatting, while I'm doing this, while I'm looking for some small stickers to, oh, That looks really cute. Sorry. I'm so awesome. So while I'm looking for some puffy stickers, I will talk about what's going on in my life in June. So as I mentioned, my nephew is a senior. I don't know if you have a senior or had a senior, but oh my gosh, could they do anything more to the schedule to make it just impossible to do anything? It does not help. My nephew got into the college he's going to. Oh my gosh, he's going to CCSU, which is Central Connecticut State University. Yeah, I didn't like in his high school. He's one of 73 seniors. In CCSU, he's one of 10,000 kids. So he's going to Central Connecticut State University. They invited him. This is black, and there really isn't any black in here, is there? Well, there's a navy blue. So let me see if I got. So he was invited to be part of their summer program. Dude, get down! Xanthi! So cats totally, apparently, according to this Japanese study, know their name. So she knows I'm yelling at her and not happy with her, and she needs to get her butt down now. Thank you. Alright, so I've got these Evilicious, and I just need to see if I can, and they are kind of like in a navy. Yeah, navy. So let's see. No! Ease! And you can't do anything with a puffy sticker to MacGyver it. You have to, because it's puffy. I do have this. I don't think there's any green on there. No, there isn't. Yeah, there's way. Gonna have those letters. I'm so sorry, guys. Unfortunately. Oh, you know what I have? I have the Paige Evans ones that are tiny and puffy. Those will work. I just need to find them. I should have them close by. All right, so he got invited to interview for this summer program. And basically, it's really funny because actually he shouldn't qualify for it grade-wise. But because his mother didn't actually didn't get a bachelor's degree, he qualifies for this program where you get to live on campus for 5 weeks. Room and board is included. It's all free. Like, you don't pay anything. Oh my God, I'm going to kill you. Down. Get down. Down. Hi, Wordfish. Oh, is that you? Is that Wordy? Because that's the same. Oh my gosh, you're a pain in the butt. All right. Sorry, guys. Gotta throw the cat. Yeah, so because my housemate doesn't have a bachelor's degree, which is hilarious because she has an associate's degree and she went to cosmetology school and she actually teaches, she works, she's a Goldwell color elite hairstyle type person thingy. So she's highly regarded in her field, which if she's a colorist. So if you know that, you really have to know a lot of chemistry in order to be a to be a colorist. So anyway, because she doesn't have a bachelor's degree, so technically he's a first in his family to college. But like literally, that's so not true. And we disclose this. We disclose that his grandfather has a degree. His uncles have degrees. He's the youngest cousin. All of his cousins are either in college or have a degree. I mean, one of his cousins is a resident in medicine. The other, like the ones who have graduated, they all have jobs. So it's just really funny that they are. That he got into this program, but it's an amazing program. And as I said, we did disclose about the cousin thing. Oh, there they are. Yay, found them. Sorry, Xanthi's obnoxious with me right now. The family thing, and they're like, no, it's only the direct parentage. So we're like, Okie dokie. Hi, Tiffany. So, as I was saying, so he's doing this summer program. So he had to go to orientation for the summer program the previous weekend when I was in New Jersey. And then he had to, he graduates on June 11th, and then he actually goes to Florida to visit family. He comes back, and then he has a day, and then he goes to regular college orientation, which is overnight. So that happens to be right when CKC Manchester is, right, that there's one day, and that's the one day he's home before he leaves for 5 weeks. Now really, he's going 25 minutes away, and he'll be home on the weekends. So in reality, it's totally okay for me to go. And it's not like I'm going, oh my gosh, this poor little baby, not poor little baby, but this little baby is going away and I can't miss a second with him. No, it's because both he and my housemate are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people who are amazing at all sorts of things. They have zero logistical and logic sense, and I'm terribly concerned he's going to go to school with like 5 pairs of underwear and a t-shirt. Oh my god, obnoxious. Oh. I'm so sorry for the cat. The cat is obnoxious today, and I apologize for that excessively. Oh, that's right, you were. Kitty, kitty. S-E. Okay, so I am going to spell words. I cannot talk and spell words at the same time. So either chat amongst yourself or watch me intently. Either is fine. S-E-N-I-O-R. Yeah. Everyone has their greatness. This is not mine. S-E-N-I-O-R. Okay. Make sure I actually glued that down. I was doing I was doing one where I was trying to spell friend, and I think I spelled fiend instead, and it took me like 5 minutes to realize it. I'm like, oh, well, that changes things. Last E, but these are foam, so I can fake these. I love that they're releasing this one in like all different colors and everything. And then Pink Fresh did like a puffy version, puffy sticker version rather than like a foam version. But dear heavens, please release a Wheel of Fortune one. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the I and the K. Okay, this is turning out super duper cute. Right, I'm gonna try to get over without sticking my head in. Okay, yeah, so as I was saying, I would love to go, and I'm really still considering it. It's just a matter of, not a lot of time to pack him up. And as I said, yes, he'll be 25 minutes away. But I don't necessarily want him to be the kid who has to have someone drop his clothes off the second day of college because he forgot that he needs pants. And now Xanthi has decided to find something plastic and chase it around the floor. Yes, and I actually do need an E. If I knew how to spell the word hike, that would be super awesome. But as I said, this is foam, so I can just shove it together. And it totally works. Anybody else watch Sarah Swan and miss her terribly? Because right now she's super busy with school and not making videos. I'm like, I miss my Sarah Swan videos. I love her voice. She has a very calming voice. Okay, here we go. Now I will not be doing my journaling on camera because that would be even worse than me trying to do the title. So we will just be embellishing and then we'll be done. so for those of you who didn't see that, I just chopped off a piece of the E and then I just kind of smoosh it right up. And now I'm reading the chat. Oh, Tiffany, you just got a kitty? Xanthi is 4-ish. She's a rescue, so we're not exactly sure. So she is just, you know, she's obnoxious. She's a tortoiseshell, and they're actually, it's funny, my program supervisor where I work at immunizations, but she's actually a veterinarian, but she also has her master's in public health. And she decided that being a veterinarian and trying to have children it's very hard. Veterinarians have to work a lot of hours, a lot of emergencies and stuff like that. So she decided to go into public health to, you know, be able to raise her kids. And then she ended up having twins. So it's probably a really good thing she did that. And anyway, so my whole point of explaining why it's important that you know why my boss is a vet, even though I do not work at a vet's office, is that she said she would never get a tortoiseshell because they are the most obnoxious of cats. And as you can tell from my video, she is not wrong. So my journaling is going to go right here. So I think I'm going to do some embellishing here, here, and here. And then we're going to call this one done. So I want something biggish on here. So I think I shall use the tree. Come on, tree, come out. Everyone's having salmon. Any tricolor kitty has attitude. I will not argue with you. So hopefully, in regards to my June schedule, I will be able to, you know, go, but I just, like I said, I don't want to be the kid who has to have clothing dropped off to him at college, because that's kind of tacky. There's a lot of blues going on up here, so I will tuck this one back here. I think, so I don't have a lot of dimension going on with this one. So I think I'm going to bring some enamel dots in here. As I said, I usually keep my I'm reading these, so just give me a second. I think I'm going to go with 3 right across here. So I've got that. Unfortunately, it wasn't October, and it's so funny because I'll have no problem faking some stuff, but if it says October, I want it to be October. This is the last weekend in September, which was first weekend of fall. Let's do Welcome Fall, because it was the first weekend of fall. Alright, so do people have to get, oh, okay, so were you thinking Friday or Saturday? Because I know Gina and Becca are doing both. Sorry, we're having a total private conversation on YouTube Live, because I'm tacky that way. For everyone else, I'm almost finished with this. Do we want to continue and go back to the first layout I started? Or is everyone saying, you know what? Dude, who gave me a thumbs down? That is so rude. Sorry, I'm looking over it here, and all of a sudden I see there's a thumbs down. Well, okie dokie then. Sorry. I'm getting a little punchy. Is everyone pretty much having to head out and stuff? Because I can finish the other layout as just a process video, no big deal. But if y'all want to stay, I could totally finish it up because nobody's here. Pumpkin, anything, bushes of fun. I'm looking for something brown or black or navy. Do I have anything else that's tiny? Oh, there's a tiny navy heart. I can do that right here instead of a third thingy. And now I'm going to look for some, I think I'll do it over here because that shadow hides the navy. Okay, so enamel dots. I have a lot of enamel dots, so let's see if I can find something in the correct color. And oh my gosh, my animals hate me. Hate me. Oh no, you guys don't have to give the video a thumbs up. That just caught my eye and I was like, continue. Rude. Continue. Okay, sure, I can continue. Well that, I mean, the plus signs are another thing. Those don't belong there. As I said, when I unpacked from my my crop from last weekend, I did not unpack like nicely. I just kind of like threw everything in the general area of where it belongs, with the idea of like those. So with the idea of going back and cleaning it up. So there are some things that aren't necessarily where they belong. They're where they belong-ish. That's a lot of my organizational idea. It's sort of where it's supposed to be. So I like the navy. Maybe I'll do like a navy cross and then 2 circles. I'll be left with 1 navy, but oh well. Life will go on. Okay, and I'll do 1 down here. And then I'll do, I think, a big one down here. Okay, so Forged in Fire. I've actually never watched that show. I have a coworker, however, whose friend was on that show, and I think if it's the show I'm thinking of, is it the one where they do like blacksmithing, Project Runway style-ish, like it's a contest? If that's the one I'm thinking of, my coworker's friend actually won. Actually, I want to use the medium one, I think. Medium and small. So I am almost finished this. As I said, I will do my journaling later. So, but yeah, he's almost done with high school. That's hilarious. It's like, it's ridiculous. It's, you know, really, he's going to college. That's bizarre. It was funny because you're not supposed to. All right, so here is my layout finished, except for the journaling, which will go right here, and I will do it. I think I might actually have already done it, like in preparation to maybe doing this on a, whatchamacallit, a crop, and then just ended up not doing it, like not having enough time to do it. So I may have already pre-written the journaling there. Okay, so let's go back to what I did before. And for those of you who haven't been here from the beginning, this is a piece of marshmallow cardstock, and I took my Shimmers Creamies, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a little bit of shimmer to it, but not a lot. And all I really did was scribble over it with several different colors, just peachy, something mint, I don't remember what, like refined mint or mint to be or something along those, you know, lines. And then One Hot Mama. And I tried to do the cheeky pink, but it was too light. So the idea here is to, hang on, let me move some stuff around because I gotta move all that Forever Fall stuff out of the way. And what I'm going to be using for this layout is my Wild Hair Kit Club kit. So what I did was, so this is a cut file from COPA Cut Files. That's COAPA, and it stands for Confessions of a Paper Addict. And so what I did was I took the remnant of this cut file and just kind of did it like this, so it would give me an idea of where the cut file is going to go. And so now I'm just going to, just like I said, it did not need to be perfect, but I just wanted to put a little color wash behind it without having it be super bright. And as I mentioned at the beginning, I do not work for, I am not being paid by COPA Cut Files. I just fell in love. from watching a YouTube hop just recently, and I thought they were amazing, so I wanted to buy all of them. I did not. I just bought a couple, and then I'm like, you have to be actually using your silhouette if you are going to buy cut files for it. So I cut a whole bunch of things. I will say, doing something this intricate, I turned the speed all the way down, so it took a good 30 minutes to cut, but it came out perfect. Like, I have zero complaints about it. And so what I'm going to do now is glue it down. Thank you, Valerie. That is pretty. Oh. Yeah, it really is. I bought several others. And so far all of them have cut out beautifully. Hang on, let me see. Let me see if I've got any here. No, I don't think I do. Oh, you know what? Yes, I do. I have it over here. I'm like trying to remember what I cut out. So she had a half doily one. And I'm pretty sure I cut it out of this. I also cut some feathers out of this because it's like super bohemian. But those are not from that. Those are from Silhouette. Alright, maybe not that one. Which one was it? This is superly fascinating, I know, guys. I'm sorry. Ah, it's this one because I see the outline. So this is my cocoa vanilla paper. And I cut out this, which is a half, she calls it the half doily. Oh, and something else stuck to it there. So that's another one I bought from Copa. But it's COAPA, if anyone's interested. And like I said, it's not being paid, just an enabler. Okay. All right, enough of that. Let's say you do mixed media stuff because I am not so good at it. Dude, do you think this looks good? It only looks good because I'm going to cover it like that. So a lot of times it's just doing stuff until you can cover it up with something else, you know, and a lot of it's just playing around. I mean, I never have any idea how anything is going to turn out when I start mixed media. And it almost never ends up looking like anything that like Missy Whitten or Reed does. Like, I'm like, oh, this looks like a hot mess. And then you just like stick a bunch of stuff over it and you're like, oh, this isn't bad. All right, so this is my Art Glitter Designer Clear Glue. It is, the company is called Art Glitter. It is not glitter glue. Like, it's clear. So, and it comes with a little tiny tip. And I'm just going to dot because this is very fine. And so the thing I like about this versus my Scotch Tacky Glue, not that I don't like that, this is slightly runnier, so it does not dry as quick. So this is really good for cut files, because if I tried to do this with my Scotch Tacky Glue, this part would be dry before I reach this part. Whereas with this, I can do this and it doesn't dry immediately. This is also, if you're someone who likes to work with sequins, this is great for that, because if you want to lay down a pattern of like where you want your sequins to go, I actually did this with, I shouldn't do it over the part I'm going to have open because I'm going to get glue. It's fine. There'll be stuff there. I did a layout with wood veneer where I was doing like, gosh, a couple dozen wood veneer, and I just laid down the glue dots in the patterns I wanted the wood veneer to be, and then I had plenty of time to go and add all the wood veneer down before it dried. So I'm super happy about that. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to do all here, this side with all the flowers, and then I won't do this end, and then I'll do that end once I've placed it. So this glue is a little bit runnier than the Scotch Tacky glue, which I know is kind of like the default. I never liked the Tombow Mono liquid glue. It just never worked well for me. Obviously, your glue is a personal choice, and I'm not saying you should use this one. I'm just saying if you're not happy with your current glue, this should be an option for you. If anything's popping up, I can always go back and squish some glue underneath it. But as I was saying, this is looser than the tacky glue, so you don't have to squeeze as much, and it comes out a little faster. Let me just write that so I don't get this sticking to it when I move this over to the center. Hey, Janet. Yeah, this time I tried to actually like put out actual reminders that like, hey, look, I'm gonna do this on this day. Oh, and I'll give you guys a heads up. I don't know if I can actually say what's going on, Tiffany, but I will say, until I get a yay or a nay, I will say there's a certain holiday for us crafty paper crafty ladies coming up, and there's gonna be a YouTube hop, and I'm going to be part of it. So I'll be doing another YouTube live on a certain holiday coming up. I'm not the only one either. There's going to be a bunch of people doing it. And I do have photos picked out for this, just in case you're wondering if you're going to have to watch me shuffle through some photos. You will not. I have a funny one featuring Xanthi, actually. Actually, it's not one photo, it's 5, but 4 of them are very tiny. Not trying to get 5 photos, 5 4x6s on one 12x12. That doesn't work out really well. Yeah, the thing I like about doing it on YouTube rather than, say, like an Instagram hop is I actually see it on YouTube. A lot of time with Instagram hops, I won't see all of them right away, and then I feel awkward, you know, like commenting, not commenting, but if they're like running a contest or anything like that. Oh, I got it that way or that way. Let's see. Let's look at my photos and see what I think. Where did I put my photos? Oh, please don't tell me I did this again. Where did I put them? You know what? I think I put them right over here. Ah, they're right here. Scintillating conversation. So here we go. Oh, how cute is that? So this is me trying to make my bed. And this is Ms. Xanthi saying, no, I don't want you to make your bed. I want you to lay in your bed. What's wrong with you? You know how sometimes you spend like an hour trying to figure out where your photos should go, but then sometimes your photos just go, you should go like this. And like, that's this. Like, I hadn't played with these. I literally, like, these came, I had them printed as a 4x6. I use an app called Pic Collage or something along those lines. And it, you know, I literally just cut these apart before I started filming. But I think I seriously love this or something along these lines. So this is me making my bed, and this is Xanthi saying, nope. So it's a cut file, Janet, from Copa Cut Files. So it took forever to cut out, but it cut beautifully, and I love it. All right, so let's look at my paper. This is, as I said, my Wild Hair Kit Club paper. I want to map my main photo. Here's one day where I actually managed to make the bed before she jumped up there. That's not bad. I think there are cut aparts on this side. There are. Oh, well, if I don't use that, I might really... Oh, and now look at that. Look at that. How cool is that for journaling? Come on. All right, so I got to cut those out because I don't want to lose those. Let's cut the wrong thing. The pattern paper is, you know what? I cut it out already. Give me a second though, because it's Pink Fresh Studio. I know that. This is Amy Tangerine Shine On. So it's a mix of papers, and the one that the cut file is cut out of is Pink Fresh Studio. I can't tell you exactly what the paper is because I don't keep my Pink Fresh Studio branding strips because they don't have any patterns on them, but I can tell you the collection. It's one from last fall. It's not one of their brand new ones because this is this Wild Hair kit I picked up last fall. Okay. Oopsie. It is maybe beautiful, something like that. Like B-U, that type of thing. Or I think it comes with this one. So it's either Let Your Heart Decide or Simple and Sweet. I'm not sure which one it is, to be honest. It's kind of too bold for what I'm looking for. I don't, like, this has such, like, the, you know, stick a photo on it thing. And then I also like the blue labels, but there isn't any blue in this layout. Sorry, I gotta poke through everything. There isn't any yellow on here. And there's a lot, too much white for that. I kind of like the lemons, even though there's no, like I said, there's no yellow. But I like the lemons. I just don't, yeah, because I've got that just peachy, but it's not yellow enough. And that's awkward. Now this is another one I don't necessarily, oh, see, I like that. But I think I'm better off going monochromatic since I've got all that color going around. So I think what I'm actually going to end up doing is use, oh, there's this one though too. This is Heidi Swap. I've got watercolor side. Yeah, I think I like this better than the gray. I think I like the stripe better than the watercolor because I've got all that watercolor going on underneath. So, the art glitter glue, do you find the tip? No, not at all. That is definitely another thing. Sorry, I will get back to this, but Danielle asked the question. With the art glitter, I've never had this clog on me. It comes with a stainless steel needle. I've had it get a little where it's a little hard to come out, so I just, you know, put the stainless steel needle in a couple times and it clears right up. As I said, it's not as thick as the Scotch tacky glue, so it definitely comes right out. And then I usually keep it upside down. In this thing, you can't keep it without the pin in here because it will leak out, rather than, you know, just stay in the bottle. But I've had so much better luck with this glue, and I probably ran through 3 or 4, like I would buy the replacement pack of the Scotch tacky glue, and like comes 3 in a pack, and I had used all 3 of them. So I still loved having the fine line bottle, but obviously I didn't want to have to spend money on replacing my tips. With this, I bought this back in October. I used it when I went to a crop in October 2018. So we're talking October, November, December, January, February, March. 7 months, and I've never had to replace it. I've never had to like take the metal tip off and run hot water under it. It's just worked really, really well for me. Just so everyone knows, this is Heidi Swap Pineapple Crush in Breezy. And this is what I'm going to use to mat my photo. So anyone else on the fence over the whole Joann's, American Crafts, project pads? Are they in the stores? Are they not in the stores? What stores are they in? Are they actually in the stores? Because mine says it has 3. I haven't found any yet. I went the other day because it said it had 3. And I was like, well, I'll go look. And no. I did find they had the Project Life albums on clearance. They were marked down to like $13 and change. And then they were an additional 50% off. So I like the Project Life ones because they're D-ring. They've got that little plastic thingy in the front to help roll things over. And they also have metal tips on the edges so you don't crush your edges. And I'll get to your question in a second, Tina. So I got 3 albums for like $21 because I had to pay tax. So I was super psyched over that. And I'm like, see, I went for one thing that I actually don't need. And now I actually bought something I do need that I hate buying and paying full price for albums because they're not pretty and I don't get to play with them. I just put my stuff in them. Okay, random. All right, let's make sure these are correct side up. And then, okay, so project pads yeah. So the Joann's are getting Chamel, Paige Evans, her new line, like, so all the brand new stuff in what they're calling like the project pads. So they're the thinner pattern paper, but they also have things like stickers and like foiled paper, but they're like 12 by 12 paper pads, but they're calling them project pads because they've got embellishments in there as well. So it's kind of like a step up from the paper pads they have right now. But all the influencers, that's the word. Am I saying it correctly? I might not be. Oh, I didn't do this high enough. Are like touting them on social media, but Joann's doesn't have any of them in yet. So everyone's kind of like, what the heck, Joann's? What's going on? I think I want to do it like that. Yeah, okay. And then, so people are getting mad and like they're not, like they put out the list of what stores is going to have it, only it was all screwed up. Like, all of our stores, like the plazas listed were North Carolina stores. So people were complaining about that. And it's just kind of like a big, it's like, you guys should talk to people and say, please don't release the information until they actually have it in the store. Yeah, no, that's okay. When I was at the crop in October and I was using this glue, I think like 3 different people ordered it. And then when I was at I went to a crop like last weekend or so, and all of a sudden everyone was ordering hair dryers because someone was talking about a hair dryer, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, I ordered one, I've got one in my box, in my Amazon box or cart. And I was just kind of, I have curly hair, so I don't have any need for the type of hair dryer they were looking at. I don't know if I like that up there. I don't know if I like that down there. I might fussy cut this out, which I know will be scintillating for y'all, but I don't like it as a square, so I can read while I'm doing that. Yeah, it's like $10. Well, I will absolutely. I'm talking to Wordy right now. She's talking about she went ahead and bought the adhesive. You know, it's not a lot of money, and it really does work very well. And I've actually stopped using my Scotch tacky glue because I enjoy how much this works. Yeah, unfortunately, fussy cutting is one of those things where like I need to keep it close to my body, so I can't do it on camera, and I also like don't want to chop my finger off, so I need to keep a little bit quieter. It's like, what are you guys doing this weekend? And I'm like, no, it's Tuesday, you dum-dum. It is not the weekend. I actually don't have a ton to do this weekend, which is thankful, as I said, with the senior going on. Yeah, no, like I did not like quote unquote know that, but in looking at it, looking at some of the stuff, as I said, I was at Joann's. Oh, I like that much better. In looking at Joann's and looking at the Park Lane stuff, I'm like, this has to be American Crafts because it looks exactly like American Crafts. I'm having ATG issues, guys, so give me a second to fix them, and I have to get them away from Xanthi because she loves my ATG so much, and she's up here already trying to eat the glue. So, all right. Like literally, I'm gonna have to shove this in my pocket because if I leave it anywhere where she can see it, she will attack it. She adores glue. She's like a freaking addict. What a dork. Yeah, so in looking at the Park Lane stuff, it looks like American Crafts. Like, design-wise. But yeah, same, Janet, I did not realize that it was American Crafts until you said so, actually. Oh, Xanthi, relax. So this is curling up a little bit, and I know that's what people have an issue with a lot with the mixed media. If you have a mat like this, this will weigh this down, so I will just like literally stick it under there, and it will flatten it right out. And then plus once it goes in my album, it's totally fine. All right, let me glue this down as well because I don't want to forget about it. And here comes Xanthi again because she thinks I have my glue somewhere. But I don't. Ha ha ha. Yesterday, I thought it was Thursday. Oh man, Tina, that's rough. It's weird though, because we've got Good Friday coming up, and I work for the state I live in, and so I have Good Friday off, but I'm not Catholic. So, I mean, not that I'm like gonna like refuse the day, but it's kind of like, could I just take Monday off instead? Because my family likes to have Easter really late, like 5 p.m. And then by the time they get home, I'm exhausted, and I go to work for 7, and I'm just like, the day after Easter morning is rough. It's like my New Year's Eve, or no, not New Year's Eve, the day after Super Bowl Sunday. Like, people come into work late, or they're like bleary-eyed, and they're talking to me, and I'm like, you have no idea what I just said to you, because your brain's still on football time. Get your butt down. So that's, for me, that's like the day after Easter. Because, you know, once we eat and we talk, and then we have to do all the dishes, and of course, you know, it's me and my aunt doing the dishes, which is, of course, you know, the way it is in French Canadian. As I'm sure anyone who has a family who is, like, hyper ethnic in one way, it does end up being the females putting the dishes and stuff, and the gentlemen hanging out watching whatever sports game is going on. And I'm not going to create a fuss at my family's thingy, so I just shut my mouth and do the dishes. My coworker's meeting. Oh, see? Another reason to, you know, live in Europe. Not that, you know, Europe's all that super awesome with some things. Sorry, I dropped Flare on the ground. I had to pick it up. I don't think I'm going to use the male-female potty people for the kitty one. Oh, but that one's cool. Good times. Yes, super fun to try to make a bed with a cat in it. By the way, she's not in the bed, usually, or she's not under the covers when I start making the bed. It's as I'm making the bed that she crawls under the covers. All right, so I've got these file tabby thingies from Color Cast Design. Oh, these are really good. Always Exploring. I think I want that there. Everyday Moment. I think I'll just keep it to 2. I'm not an emoji girl, but that, you know, is very real because that's how she totally makes me feel. So these are from Project Life, and they're super duper cute. Oh, look, Wordy, it's a typewriter. I don't know if you're still here or not. I also have the Shine On that's too big. See, unfortunately, these are very big, and I've got a lot going on already. I do like the gold floral thing. I know it's huge. I don't necessarily care. AC Everclip, yeah. Oy vey. Let's not talk like that, Janet. I think I like it the other way better. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then I can go ahead and put this down. And the good thing about these is A, they're really thin, and B, oh, you know what? It's the brown on top of brown. Do I like that? Am I okay with that? Do I want something colory underneath, maybe? I've got these stickers, the sticker booklet. Why do they do this? That's like the most obnoxious way to try to get us. Oh, look, they've got a gold camera. Now I'm gonna put it right here so I don't need to worry about it being oddly colored underneath. All right, so maybe I like the pink one. And then use the aqua. This is weird. The pink one looks way less clear than the aqua. So I don't even know if you can see the aqua, but oh well, I'm putting it down. Oh, thank you, Janet. All right, I'm gonna, so these flare are from A Flare for Buttons, and they do a flat back rather than a concave. So I just use liquid glue on it rather than try to add even more depth with a pop dot. Let's see. So these are white. I don't think I'll use those, but I think I'll end up using those. I never use dates. I'm like horrible with that. Would you like those and these? I'm going to put these to the side for right now and see if any of these work. I think I might do this clear sticker, and I'm not, as I said before, I'm not going to do journaling on screen because that is, I think honestly I'm just going to use Keep It Real as my title because there's so much going on here. I think that totally fits. You know, I'm talking about something that's as annoying as crud, but you know, I still love my cat. She's, you know, she's obnoxious as all get out, but I still love her. She's also super sweet. Like, she never scratches people. She lets you pick her up and hold her like a baby. And, you know, if you're having a bad day, she will plop herself down on you and, you know, you all are going to hang, and that's that. Don't bother trying to tell her otherwise. So yesterday, I like the title, looks great the way you cut it out. Thank you, Janet. Yesterday, and understand, I'm saying this just so you understand I'm talking about with Xanthi. She hung out with me all day, It was actually the 2-year anniversary of when my mom passed away. I'm okay. Wasn't okay yesterday, which is actually why I did not go to work. I think I'll add that right there. But she ended up sitting with me all day, which was really nice. Well, when I was in the house, had to do a couple of things. But she hung out with me, and she's not one for sitting on my lap like all day. So that was fun and interesting, and you know, it's one of those things. It comes and it goes. How you're feeling about, you know, losing someone who's important to you. Everyone, you know, has had that experience in one way or the other. So, you know, it happens. It's awful, and we're just gonna breathe and move on and enjoy. Okay, I think I'm actually almost done with this. I am going to add some enamel dots, because I always add enamel dots. I'm looking for my gold ones. Not those gold ones, the other ones. Not those gold enamel dots, the other gold enamel dots. Oh my gosh, it's like when I was saying I was bringing emergency paper to a crop, and then I'm laughing going, of course I have emergency paper. And what I was talking about was paper, you know, just in case I get bored with everything, I have something, you know, brand new or something I haven't touched in a long time. And that's what I was talking about when I was talking about emergency paper. And so, but I was laughing. I'm like, what's funny is y'all know what I'm talking about. So it's not like, you know, people are going to be like, emergency paper? What is she crazy? No, you're all like, oh yeah, I totally get it. Emergency paper. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And I think I'm going to do some Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine and call it a day. I want to thank everyone for showing up to this. As I said, look for something special coming May 4th. Oh my gosh. So Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine. If anyone has any issues opening up some of these color shines, just wrap a rubber band around it, and it works really well for opening like the really tough ones, because I've got like gold Heidi Swap Color Shine all over. Forgot to shake it up. Less shine than I would need. Ah, there we go. Finally got that little ball thing going. All right, gotta find my little postcard. And what I'm gonna try, I'm gonna cover up my journaling as well, because otherwise I will end up trying to write over shiny gold stuff, and that's not fun, ever. Okay. Really can't see it over the cut file, but oh, if y'all could see Xanthi, she is watching me. I should have moved it. I was very lucky there. She's watching me like tap, and her little head is like bouncing up and down as I'm tapping, so that's fun. All right, and this finishes off my layout. I'll remove this so y'all can actually see it. I'm gonna get off now, guys, because it is 7:35. I've been on for an hour and a half, chatting at you for the most part, and I'm actually quite hungry, and I would like to eat dinner. There's no teenager here today. As I said multiple times now, he's over in Long Island, so I don't have to make dinner. I can just go get myself a bowl of cereal or something. But I would actually like something to eat right now. Chattering for an hour and a half. Woo! I get a little silly at this point. All right, folks, it's been so nice chatting with you too, Tina. I will definitely. I needed to wait for the play and for the birthday party and all of that to be over with, so I could talk to my nephew about making a schedule, and so I could go on either a Friday or Saturday. So now that all of that is over, I will definitely talk to him about CKC Manchester, and you know, if he feels comfortable with me going, being able to pack for himself. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for those who flicked me a thumbs up. That's super duper awesome of you. I will be back with a regular voiced over process video. What is today? Today's Tuesday. Probably on Thursday. I don't know. I'll try to do it for tomorrow, but I'm kind of talked out, and I've got to drive like an hour down to get my nephew at the ferry tomorrow, so I don't know if it'll go up tomorrow. It might just go up on Thursday. I have my Lift and Sketch with Christy coming up this weekend, and then 2 weeks from now, and then next, my next product placement with Kelly O'Black, that will be on May 1st. And then, as I said, look for me to be doing another YouTube live as part of a hop on International Scrapbooking Day. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you'll join me again. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'm super awesome, and I do process videos, and you get to see a cat run across my page every now and then. All right, folks. With that, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a lovely evening. And thank you guys so much for joining me. You are super awesome. Now I have to figure out how to turn